Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome once again to Fulfillment Friday. I'm glad to see you all here. I'm glad to be here myself, and just continuing on after what has been a very busy week. Forgive me just a moment as I make sure everything's copacetti. When I tried to get things going, OBS was saying, "Oh, we can't confirm the token with Restream." It's like, what, is this a token resistance? But no, okay, everything worked the way I'd hoped. And from Cherry Fluff Belly, is he running a pet daycare with Granny Smith? Oh, Lord. What would she even do? I don't know, but it's interesting. Thank you for that, Cherry Fluff Belly official. And let's say some hellos to everybody. Starting with Preston Cox and Peppermint Presents, Enderpup, Commodra Steele and Adam Leisman, and the MPC, Infinite Warlock, Pokemon Fire Eevee, and down we go, Cosmona Inspira, Luna Brony, Adam Leisman, Swordbreaker 12, Surging River, Drake, let's see here, Drackard Wing Official, there we go, ma foi, and Raccoon Crossing, just saying hi. Hello, good to have you all here. Now, Michael Bullington, you asked before the stream even started, can the logo for the Paralympics be improved? I know not of what you speak, so I'm going to start things off with a Paralympics logo. Okay, well, let me just put this over here, and let's switch views over to list streaming. Oh, perfect. But, okay. I don't know what this represents. The three primary colors in crests, but I don't know what they're trying to... I mean, the Olympics logo... are these interconnected rings, which have been there since, as far as I'm concerned, before I was born. So, but only three of them, and they are crests. I don't know what they're trying to say with this. And I'm never a big fan of when I need someone to explain a logo to me, but what you gonna do? Perhaps I just don't have the insight on this one. Preston, I need you to tone it down with the comments. Going through, you've been flooding this pretty harsh. Take a breath. This is a very easygoing thing. You don't have to perform. Just take it easy and enjoy the ride. Because today we go with Silver-Quill head turns. Here's the plan, my peeps, if one can even call it such. I learned last week, thanks to a little tutorship, about the master control program in Toonboom Harmony. But to utilize it and to show what it does, I first need to get some vectors of Silver-Quill's noggin from several angles. So, let's put that. We'll group that. Then I'll grab this. Boop. And we'll put... Now, instantly, we have some discrepancies, but we can fix that. All right, so we're going to make this... You need to be the same height as far as I'm aware. But first I need to link the height and the width. Much better. Alrighty. So let's level these guys up. Align to the artboard. Thank you very much. Ooh, let's get some music going too, because this is something just for me, because I need it. It's been 2 weeks of trying to help out a lot of people. And, well, I'm happy to do it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat, but you can get kind of tired. So you need to do things for yourselves. Oh, yes, people are wondering about the Silver-Quill plushie. This was a marvelous gift back in, I think, 2015. So a fan did this all on their own, even paid for shipping. It's an exceptional piece and an exceptionally large plushie. Somewhat difficult for me to transport. But it's featured proudly in my home. And it helped me create this Silver-Quill turnaround. But let's also take a little something. I need the beta of Illustrator. Because the beta has the turntable. Excellent. So, first off, I want to thank everybody who took part in viewing my newest video, sharing their thoughts in the chit chat, and, well, being relieved that I'm not dead. Because I like being not dead. Why would I be dead? Being alive is fun. All right, so, now, you, sir, we need to square this up a little. Never too late to make an improvement, I hope. There we go. And then, well, let's get rid of these. Now we shall balance out the head spikes. Oh, they look pretty balanced already. So, I gotta say, I worked on the video for a good chunk of Wednesday. Late into the day, but with enough time to get it posted and scheduled and go through all the checks. So, I am pleased to both have it done and pleased that I was able to finally put it all together. Because if folks who have watched from previous Fulfillment Fridays know, oh yeah, that was not an easy one for me. My own personal bugbear. There we go. Yep. Just want to check something. Oh, nope. Over here? Huh. There's a question. Do I have them all go back, or do I have them all peel off? I think they look better going off in their own directions, as it's kind of a crown, perhaps? See, the amount of viewers of your live stream compared to videos never really can compete. Why make a front face after all this time? Why Infinite Warlock? Because I can. Uh-oh. Forgive me, everyone. I'm going to need to leave you to the music for just a sec, because I just got a signal that something that was baking in the oven is done. I tried to get it done before the stream. No dice. So I'll be right back with your bad selves. foolishly, I realized that I never unmuted the computer audio. Yep, it's true. I forgot. What can I say? It's been a hectic time. After essentially a non-winter here in Colorado, we finally got snow again today. And I've been running around trying to make things work. But, well, like I say, I'm in an atypical day. And my chair just decided to give out on me. Good Lord, I'm off to a weird start today. Okay. Let's see if I can be at peace now. I'm in my creative element. I have me a sparkling water drink. And I have me some chicken. Which, yes, probably cannibalism. I'm not going to dwell on that. All right, let's balance this out some more. Ah, but what a time, what a time. The last time I spoke to you guys, well, I just brought a friend back from the airport. Oh no, that was, I just taken a friend to the airport on Friday morning. Oh, thank you, Trinary. Once again, you spoil me so. And, well, I picked her and her brother up on Tuesday, where they were both coming to grips with what one would call the new normal. I wish it didn't have to be so, but unfortunately, yeah, it's just something we all end up reflecting on at some point. My parents are getting up there in age. I don't know what the future holds there. So I try to be grateful for whatever time we have and make sure I tell them I love them as much as possible. It probably gets a little old after a while. But after I dropped off my bud, I went to a place called Mile High Animators, where one of their instructors who teaches classes at the local colleges was really kind enough to give me a tutorial on Toonboom Harmony, which I had and have not made great progress with. I had a very nice session with Minty Root during One Fulfillment Friday, where he showed me some of the relations that objects can have with one another. That sounds far more scandalous than I intend, but whatevs. But I found myself floundering with it for a good while. Now, however, I have at least something to start with. So we're going to see if I can make that work today. Now, these guides help me make sure everything's really on the level. Maybe I'll ungroup you for just a minute. There we are. And what else can I say? Well, the last time I talked with you, we weren't at war. Now, despite what people are or not saying, we're at war. And gas prices are on the rise. So, I don't know what else to say to that other than we'll see how this unfolds. But I think that's enough of current events because, you get depressed if you hold on to that too long. Okay, getting where we need to be. So let's see here. Oh, let's keep that mouth all together. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. So, how's the week been treating everybody? Angry Silver-Quill lives. There we go. I-ho is home from work we go. Well, Peppermint, I wish you a safe travel home. C. You've been trying to figure out how to use Krita to make vectors and animations for Euro C. I have not heard of this Krita. Keishan 18, it's been ages since you fixed on MLP and you remember me. I appreciate that. It's weird. I don't usually switch gears on something I enjoy until something new I enjoy comes along. For a time, I was a fan of Digimon well after it had run its course. Then I was a fan of Zoids. Then I tried to do my own stuff for a while because, well, the Zoid stories I were writing, I think I put more effort into the world building than the actual writers. And that was like, hey, I'm not here to do this for you. Come on now. Much more rounded head. Sputnik. Hid. Pants. Now. So, I don't know what the next interest will be after MLP, but we'll figure that out. And in the meantime, there's still plenty of MLP to celebrate. Now, granted, I'm not sure of this whole live action thing, as my recent video points out. I just know it's a pretty kooky idea. Uh-oh. Inquisitor. Helldivers 2 is self-destructing because of morons. Well, I fear that's a factor that transcends fandoms, but I'm curious, what is this stupidity you speak of? It seems like every fandom finds something to argue about. I think my personal favorite in terms of what the hey was in Digimon. I know it wasn't the romance arguments. Those were actually toxic as you can get. For me, it was the argument over, and maybe I should pull up a visual representation to show this. Here we go. This, my dear peeps, is Omegamon, also known as Omnimon here in the States. He's the fusion of the two lead heroes' digital monsters. And an argument within the fandom that I don't think ever found resolution was, which arm is more powerful? This orange head produces a sword. This wolfish head produces a cannon. And people wanted this guy's own arms to throw down. Even today, I just find it such a weird thing to argue about. I mean, what does it matter if one arm is stronger than the other? It's the same dude's head. Heads. But I mean, there's no reason to argue about why one guy has two weapons, which is stronger. Also, it's close range versus short range, so I don't know. Pick your poison there. All right. Well, now we come to the great experiment. For you see. New file. Thank you very much. Film and video. Let's do a beta. I'm I'm interested in just one thing at the moment. Thank you very little. For you see, we are going to take this piece and we are going to go to Object, Turntable. Or was it View? Well, goodness. Turn. Generative. Object Generative Turntable. Me. Preston Cox, when will the next Pinkie Pie Says Goodnight be out and when is it called? Well, it's going to be the continuing story of Knickerbocker, and I'm going to share my idea of how Knickerbocker got his interesting name. At least I assume it's a he. Come on now, keep on generating. I believe in you. I believe in you, but turn. Pardon me a moment. I'm going to take a bite of my late meat. I don't know why, but I'm just a sucker for chicken legs. Drumsticks, they're the best. Yes, Golden Fox, I do believe in you. Also, good to see you. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, gosh goodness. Look at all that. Yeah, we're going to pilfer this. Bring it over here because now I need to come up with some views that don't yet exist. Now I really do look like an angry bird in these. Huh, interesting. None of these are totally straight on. I'll need this on its own layer. Oop, lock that. Interesting. Well, I didn't base this on the head-on view, but that's okay. I apply directly to the forehead. Actually, it's kind of funny. Over in Japan, they did away with the Transformers, what we call season 4, which was only a 3-part finale. It got a whole other season over there where the headmasters would declare head on. So I can't hear that without having two cultures clash. Head on, apply directly to the forehead, and transform head on. All right, first things first. Boop. Boop. Yeah, ain't that something, Golden? It's this generative idea is meant to convey a full turnaround from just about any angle, including upper and lower views. And it's something to behold. Granted, there are little things I do differently, but that's where I get to be human. And this is AI. AI is a tool, not an end in itself. And here's the most important thing. I'm gonna quote Bernard Sanderson again. I've said this before, but I think it bears repeating and shouting from the rooftops. You are the art. The songs we make, the paintings, the magazines, the digital art, well, that is the product of struggle and perseverance and also learning, especially from these little happy things we call mistakes. AI art is not art because it's not made by a human and it doesn't engage in that struggle. You go from idea to product, but that's it, and that's unappealing. So when the Supreme Court actually made what I consider to be the correct choice this week, that AI artwork cannot be copyrighted, I think, well, I was happy to read that. It's like, okay, guys, it's nice to know that at least that much is recognized. Now that. Here we go. Whoop. And whoop. Now I gotta say the AI got a little freaky with this beaky here. Look at that. My gosh, what do you even say to that? Actually, it looks like sort of the kitty face in anime, where they're trying to be all coy and adorable. Kawaii! Dame! Here we go. Let's see. The schnoz is over above the, well, you know, the nostrils are above, so I don't need to draw those just now. I will, however, draw my adorable dimples. Because I'm cute, dang it. Guess I don't need you at the moment. No, no, no. But what else has been going on? Well, we're coming up on tax time, so I'm trying to get all that squared away. We're also coming up on St. Patrick's Day, and thanks to everyone for hanging in there as I developed one of those online or during an art stream. My family adores it. They love they love how it looks, and thankfully I did better than, say, the waffle tree that was first taking shape. Managed to refine it further, and it looks much better. I don't want to reveal it online on the very faint chance that it might reach people who are going to receive the actual cards. Let's see, I'm going to extend this up more. A little bit further than what the whatever the AI is thinking. Yes, Preston, a waffle tree. I had a lot of Celtic heart symbols for branches, but because they have this interwoven pattern, eventually it started to look like just waffles, lots of waffles. I was very hungry that day. Oh yes, and that reminds me. One of the funnest conversations of the new video is a person made the assertion, well, if this movie's good, I'll eat my hat. Which I thought, well, what kind of hat do you have? Is it a cheese hat? Is it like Despicable Me 2 with the taco? And can we actually make edible hats? Well, of course, you can make a cake that looks like a hat, but, you know, can't wear it. It's not functional. Thank you very little. But, man, if I could nail that down, I'd probably make a killing. Yep. Maybe not. I like what now in this case I do like what the AI is suggesting. Here we go. Here we are, here we are. Why do we need a live-action MLP movie, Julie Goodwin? Well, the short answer is we don't. I mean, like, I hope I was clear in that I believe animation is far more freeing for production and creativity than live action might seem. But people have it in their heads that live action is somehow more real, more mature, or more believable, even though it's usually people interacting with CG creatures that are not there. Though I just recently learned, because of that video, that the Sonic movies, the production crew got smart and they brought in puppeteers for the third movie. It's a little sad that it took until the third movie to have this idea, but the important thing is it happened. And for this, I am grateful, because it not only creates jobs for puppeteers, it gives the poor actors something to work with. Here we are. Ah, no. I wanted to X that, cut it. There we go. Now within you, I shall make you your own shape. And behind you, I place the eye. You are all welcome in the iris. I feel like I shouldn't give homage to a double chin. After all, that disappears when you look up. Hello, Star Singer. Thank you for the compliments on my design. Preston, I have no idea what Disney will do next. I genuinely believe that they made a bad idea going down this route of live action remakes. To tackle the Hunchback of Notre Dame in live action is going to be its own struggle, if they choose to do it. I'm not sure what, if anything, is taboo for them. But I remember you're a big fan of Judge Frollo. And his Hellfire song. Is the TF2 collab still a thing, Pixel Cheesecake? Well, it is, but right now, Lightning Bliss, she, Jasper, and Thespio are really the key creatives behind it. The power behind the project, if you will. And Bliss has been dealing with a lot, so I don't know where they stand on things, but all I can ask for is people's patience and understanding as they continue to work towards what I hope will be mutually enjoyable and beneficial for everybody. Ah, wrong? There we go. Now, right away, I've detected a problem. These should be thinner as they're further away. But we can fix that. Here we are. Boop. So, I also have to admit that part of me right now just wants to sit down and play Space Marine 2 a lot. I had well, I don't know if it was fun, but I had exhilaration playing their new stratagems and learning to use the Tech Marine. But, well, all things in time. Doom and doom. That's strange. Keep working on this real quick. Sorry. There we go. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? Seems like everything's getting rebooted these days. Malcolm in the Middle is coming back. Scary Movie has its own movie coming out again. Conveniently timed right after Scream 7. I still remember I went to go see the first Scary Movie in theaters. I was in high school and old enough to drive, but that was about it. And there were a bunch of kids there, probably in middle school. And they said, hey, if anybody asks, you're our dad. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm sure they'll totally believe that. But maybe that was just a preview. Even back then, people thought I was an old man. Now, I'm not confident about these gradients making the conversion, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh. Now I guess it's covered, but still. Let's just adjust you a little. Very nice. All right. Ian England. The one thing you really want to see this movie is Rainbow Dash Racing in a street race with those old school cars and some sports cars. Maybe. Who knows? Ian England. Oh, wait. How do I say my name? Silver-Quill or Timothy? There are some who call me Tim. And thankfully, I don't have to do the same thing on the other side. There is a certain benefit to symmetry. Not always present in character design, but I can make good use of it. All right, and save. Come on now. Silver-Quill Resources, Illustrator, boom. Illustrator 2020, warnings, what warnings? All right, fine. So there's Silver looking way up high, way up high. Oh, God, Peppermint, you were in the 3rd grade, and I was a new driver in high school. Oh, boy. Oh, how the years go by. All right, now for refinements. Actually, that's the thing. I don't know. I can't really use the same guidelines. Yeah, I think we'll just leave this as it is. Because now it's time to have the noggin looking down. Time is scary, Golden Fox. In 3 months, Golden, you'll be 38. Well, congratulations. An early happy birthday. But also know that as a 45-year-old, 46 this December, I am seething. Meh. Now I'm going to borrow this circle again. And let's have Silver-Quill looking down. But not on anyone, just peering downward. And again, I think the this one looks kind of funny. Little squiggly eyes. It's like when I do that scrunchy face. Let us try to be clever about this. Why are you beneath? Because you're on the wrong layer. Curses, an expletive deleted. Blue Griffin will be 42 next month. Congrats to there. Oh, funny enough, Julia Goodwin, I too really enjoy The Thing, even though I'm not a big horror fan myself. I'm kind of a baby about it. And man, I get The Thing's theme song stuck in my noggin. Bad, I tell you. So, but my favorite scary movie would probably be the horror comedy that is Army of Darkness. You put that on and I will happily watch it whenevs. Now, this looks kind of weird, understandably, but what happens when I merge them? There we are. Let's really get you down there. Then, really quick, we'll just grab the schnoz, the nostrils, which, well, as a bird-based character, I guess you can't really flare your nostrils. But if I could, I'd be quite furious with them. I would flare my nostrils in such a way, all would run in terror. Beware the nostrils. Let's see here. Oh God, Golden Fox. My friends who are horror aficionados, they showed me Skimmerink, and boy, that movie's a trip. I mean, good God. Shows you could be quite terrifying without having to rely on big CG. I mean, see, this is what I should have done for refinement. Well, not too late to try again. Oh, but if you guys haven't seen Skinnamarink, it is a movie with very few cuts. And I don't mean like slasher movie cuts. I'm talking there are only, I think, like 5 shots in the entire thing. But there's this strange supernatural aspect to it that is quite terrifying. And as a gift, the little Playmobil phone featured in it, I got that for my friend Cruelica. I'm not sure she approves, but hey, whatevs. All right, now I shall make sure these eyeballs line up. Not a fan of horror due to squeamishness and anxiety. Understandable. Good practical effects. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've recommended this yet, but I had a kick watching a show that spoofed old 80s cops called Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires. Alrighty. Whoops. Well, now. Now, curiosity, I dare say. It's a little bit over the line, so. That's strange. I feel like these should be lined up pretty symmetrically, as that is the goal of what I'm aiming for. But maybe... Did I skew it at all? Let's get you down there. You need to be a little higher up. I wonder. Oh. I can only imagine what this will look like if I add yet more angles, but right now the goal is 9. Oh God. Adam Leisman, funny enough, you mentioned the giant claw. I have seen a review of that from Brandon's Cult Movie Classics. And, well, I've seen the creature of which you speak. It is super goofy. There we go. And we'll just flip you over here. Maybe move these down 1 or 2 spaces. There we go. And you just a little bit over. Yay. Front-facing Silver-Quill scares Christian Corios. Looking into your soul. Well, let's see. Here. I know Enderpup's good about keeping count. I don't want to tease. There we go. No more staring into the soul. Oh, it's back. But I know what can help you feel a little less soul stared. The derpus factor. Absolute derpification. Okay. Come now. You're supposed to be up here. Thank you. Okay. See Master Control Silver-Quill. Turns out I'm on loan to McAfee as the new antiviral software. Wonder if I'll get to see South Park Super Best Friends again. Complete with the Moses. Did I do it again? I did it again. I put the wrong. There we are. Looking good, looking good. Bald, bald, bald. Peppermint points out. Yep, it's true. Here we are. I have a thought, but first we need to duplicate this, put this here. Ah, gas Benigat. Didn't work. There we are. And now I'll take you and bring you a bit more down to earth. There we are. Okay, Blue Griffin. Challenge accepted. I shall do my best to remember. Have I watched a tunnel called Tiny Track Cars? Thomas O asks. It involves metal cars racing down a custom track. Well, that sounds fun. I admit that usually my YouTube viewings, which are once again guided by that stupid algorithm, they usually recommend, well, whatever I'm looking for. And often that's secrets of production or stuff people see on, or what people think of certain shows. I try to keep my ear to the ground on what people are talking about. Can't say I always succeed. All right, now here's a challenge. How do we do this? More oval. Oi. There you go. Here we go. And then, how am I going to do this? I have a cut here and here. Delete this. And then you join here to here and there to here. There we go. Now let's see if we can't establish a little bit of balance here. A little harmony. Hello, Grimwolf. No, I haven't gotten any recommendations for Reality is Not Real. Well, I'm okay with recommendations from the algorithm. What I'm really not okay is how it abandons people it was supporting. I mean, how is anyone supposed to have stability if the recommendations change on a whim? A whim away. Come on now. Okay, well, I think I'll unterpify silver for a moment. Still, we're coming along. Looking nice. Looking nice. Let's once again set up some guides. Recognizing 80s vibes, Golden Fox. Excellent. Oh, Kamodra Steel. I love that song, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And no, not just from The Lion King. It's also the Muppets who sang it. And then they had the actual band that sang it. I'm bad with names, so I forget. But they did that on the Jim Henson Hour. All right, there's that. So now, so people are joking, let's get back to the point, but let's actually find where this point takes place. Ah. It was the first M-Bube from 1939. Golden, educate me, please. What is an M-Bube? I'm probably really mispronouncing that. Apologies, but, well, tee-hee also. Come on, you. What madness is this? Maybe now the eyes are a little too close together. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. All right. And now for the feathers. Although I'm wondering something. If I take you 3, what happens if I arrange you thusly? There we go. Looking down, gravity's weighing on them our feathers. Oh, Thomas Zoe. I think I remember that song. The Tigger movie, Your Heart Will Lead You Home. Wait, no, sorry. I'm actually thinking of a different song. Now then, this is a bit different. There we are. Alrighty. Any cartoons of the 90s that you want a good reboot of? For me, it's Exo Squad, says Swordbreaker12. Okay, I would very much love for them to continue Exo Squad, which, boy, how do I summarize this for those who aren't in the know? Exo Squad was a sci-fi space opera where Neo Sapiens, a genetically engineered labor force for humanity, rose up and conquered Earth, essentially. Earth and the colonized planets of Venus and Mars, bringing an end to what they would call the golden age of mankind and starting the Neo-Sapien Empire. At the end, we do get a resolution on that, something that I was often feared we never would. But they leave it on a cliffhanger, hinting at a new enemy, and then they canceled the series, which was also very common in the 90s. Frustrating. Okay, man, I'm gonna take down this a little. Yeah. So I don't know about a reboot, but I would definitely love to see a continuation. Even if they can't get the same voice actors and actresses. But to see another show that rebooted, Mighty Max was a very interesting exploration of the Chosen One. Oh, hello, Orienko. I can't say anyone has tried to ride the Silver-Quill, probably because, well, you'll find that this buckbeak is more buck than anything. Actually, I'll... Boop, boop. Okay. So, up, down, all around. Let's see how these measure up. Ah! I think that looks pretty good. Standings. What about Megas XLR? You know, in a weird way, with Coop defeating his evil self, that feels like the ultimate farewell to him, like a solid end. Coop will keep being Coop. He'll still find joy in what he does, be the antithesis of every Japanese mecha pilot. And he's at his best when he just is having fun, loving what he's doing. When he tries to be serious, that's where he starts becoming the villain. How can I best put this? The way I loved the shows I watched. I loved the stories and the experiences and the memories. But the way, there's no point in going backwards, as Hudson used to say. We need new creative shows, even if they feel a little reminiscent of something that came before. We need more of that creativity. And I am troubled by the fact that everything is a reboot, a reimagining, a relaunch. There's got to be some new stuff out there. Blue Griffin, I'm afraid Tim Curry, after having a stroke, he wouldn't be able to. You'll never be able to voice that Skullmaster again. And Julia Goodwin would like to see continuations of Spectacular Spider-Man, Transformers Animated, Motor City, Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, or Godzilla the series. A good lineup. But ever onward, move forward and see what life has to offer. Okay. We continue on with our own efforts. Because now, thankfully, I only need to do 2 more. Because once I can flip Silver-Quill, it won't matter. But let's get this guy. Come on. Keep hitting the wrong buttons tonight. I really am off my game. That doesn't seem right. That's better. All right, so how am I going to draw this? Right now, this looks like very abstract art. Or was it Art Nouveau? It's weird for weird's sake. What hath happened? There you go. Such treachery from my own vectors. Oh, the shame of it all. Will Rainbow Dash be the next Pinkie Pie? No, Preston, Rainbow's on a bit of a hiatus with the Pinkie Pie Goodnight comics. Of course, right now the Pinkie Pie comics have been on hiatus. This is this is what happens when you have too many irons in the forge. Even when you are working on one thing, you're not working on another, and it's far too easy to start being hard on yourself for that. Let's see, I need a little guidance here. Okay. Let's move this beak up a little. And now we shall shade the beak. Cancel. From the same point. Looks like I'm keeping a stiff lower lip. Or beak in this instance. Alrighty, here we go. Never as easy as it seems, I tell you. Hello, what's this darkness? Guess I'll need a little hint of yellow in there as well. Yep. And we'll end that on a point. Do you think there is a gap in programs today where your more mature and well-developed real-world story between characters is missing? I don't know, Standing. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Gargoyles and the original Justice League and Batman the Animated Series. A tough act to follow, to be sure. I will say, for at least a time with SpongeBob and the Amazing World of Gumball and all that good stuff, it does seem like surrealism took the driver's seat. But whether or not we need more of, set in the real world, that had its run in the 80s especially. And early 90s. Don't get me wrong, Gargoyles was amazing. Would love to do a video on why I like Xanatos so much and why he has an entire Gambit named after him. Of course, I also like Gambit of X-Men. All right, come on now. We're getting pretty far into things. I want to at least try to have a payoff here. My favorite Princess Luna moments, Preston. That's a toughie. I think it would be when she's coaching Starlight Glimmer, as that's where Luna has been on her own journey, and she's able to share from experience and learning things. Not sure. Hold the phone. This one's a little harder. I also feel like it's about as big. I guess with higher up, with a massive cranium. I don't know, it just looks odd. Very odd. I'm not a fan of how this is shaping up, unfortunately. Perhaps I need to treat it as something different. Let's try just a triangle. Upper beak. Now to imply a three-dimensional, we have the lower beak. Or rather the opposite side. Yes, that makes more sense. 3.0279. 0279. There we are. Ah, what's this? You didn't connect. Treachery again. Okay, so there's the top. Now, from below, slightly smaller beak. And I guess it too will need proof of its 3D-ification. Ooh, deification. I don't have a god complex, just my beak. Okay, that's better. Now let's try to add some wiggles. Now, and yes, this is where I add little upper, lower. Okay, well, come on. Songbird Silver-Quill, Peppermint says. Okay, let's see here. Grim Wolf. If producers would give Care Bears the same treatment as Friendship is Magic, they'd actually be very wholesome. An animal spirit helping people solve emotional problems. Emotional damage? But that would be interesting. I don't know. I'd have to look into the history of the Care Bears. I watched them growing up, you know, all their little specials and the like. Okay. We're getting where we need to be on this. Oh, but again, you refuse to connect. This has been an increased problem on this latest version of Illustrator. Paths not closing. Now let's try merging these to see how that goes. Not bad. Oh, a little bit bad right here. There we go. Let's take this point and put it right here. There we go. Now you're smiling. Let's make this part just a little bit darker so there's a distinction. I'd also like to try and add beak flap once again, but boy, first I got to get this all figured out. Here, I think that looks a little bit better. 'Tis a curious angle. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's flip it. Just gonna move this off to the side. This becomes this, and this becomes that. Better. Let's see. My head would make an excellent dodgeball. Oh. Sheriff Lefbelly, I'm not sure what you mean about being bummed at how the internet treated the brony fandom in this decade. I mean, the brony fandom is still a thing. We're not quite the juggernaut of the mid-2010s, but I never expected that to last forever. But I don't think the internet has had much to say about us. At least not lately. No, that's not working. So let's make you... Almost 7:30 by my clock. So I think after this I will, after I get this eye put together, I'll switch gears over to Toonboom. And we'll see if I can make this work. There we go. Keep your eyes upward. Well, that won't work. I'll have to draw that in later, but that's gonna wait. Ah! Oh, drat, I forgot to put this on its own layer. Silly me. And I forgot to group. Also silly. I'm a victim of my own silliness. Obviously, much more to do, but hey, that's just the way it goes. Let's flip you just so we can have the effect. So, Silver, have I decided to do a challenge on if the live action MLP... Oh, Crafty Gamer. If the movie is bad, I've been challenged to take a shot for every minute. Now, given that these things can be at or above 90 minutes, I don't think I'd survive. I think that it would be an X-Quill. Layer 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Let's close things now. Guess we don't need that right now. Okay. I'm a little nervous, but whatevs. Harmony. Could use a little bit of harmony. All right, activate the Toonboom Harmony. Just doing a quick login off screen. See? Okay. Come on, Harmony. Talk to me. Pardon me one sec. Open. Yes, please. Good gravy. This thing's asking for every permission. Harmony would like to use your bank account. Wait, what? No. Come now. What gives? Why am I not allowed to access? Let's close out real quick and try that again. That's weird. Come on, over here. There we are. Toonboom test. Well, let's try the Silver-Quill. I could swear there was a master control somewhere. Yes, I'll be a part of the human Sentai pad. Oh yes, I remember that South Park. So here he is, my Silver-Quill on... Well, let's see. Beak eye. Head shape. Yep. Now I'm not sure how to get out of this strange view. See, this is the fear. Wait a minute, is this the onion skin? No. File revert. Come on, let's try that again. All right, let's try that again. Now, this is where import vector file. Use existing palette. Append to first frames drawing. Head turn. Well, there's that weirdness again. Error importing files. Oh. Okay. 3 minutes to install whatever the heck this thing is. I wonder why there was an error. To the interwebs. Harmony Toonboom import vectors. A24. All right, from their own vector files. All right, in the top menu, select File, Import Vector File. All right, there's the head turns. Let's just... Okay. Wow, you're not giving me a lot of free will here. Let's see if this goes any better. We get to a point and then it says no. Let's see what that error might be. I have a suspicion. Let's get rid of null. One more time. No. Let's try again. Wow. Didn't even get much further than that. I wonder what could be happening. There are several thoughts that occur. Perhaps I need to outline everything. Perhaps I need to... Well, here we go. Here's a thought. Here you are. I'm going to take you, copy new, face forward. Don't want to make this permanent, so I'll just put it in my downloads. Okay, Harmony. Let's see if just one. Open. Ah! What? What in the name of everything is this? Is this everything everywhere all at once? Tail? Where did you import this? All right, where are we working? Head. Man, I am so ill-equipped or unable to grasp. What is this? Where is it even happening? Okay. So, for whatever reason... Ah, I see. Okay, let's delete you. Let's try this one more time, but now... we'll get rid of these gradients. I may have to add those back in myself later, but... Ah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So... So I'd have to import these individually, it seems. Not the best, but hey, we work with what we got, right? So let's take this. I'll delete this frame. What was the command to make it? Oh, yep, let's make a new keyframe. F6. Okay. So that's where this will go. Ah, interesting. I need to delete the other keyframes for this. One, but not here. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas, maybe. Oh, I lost my music. Whew. I don't mind saying this can be a little aggravating. Or maybe I'm just tired. Could be all these things and none of them. Okay, so now what do I do? Here we go. Don't know why it's so ghostly, though. Preview all layers? No? Why are you so ghostly, I wonder? Because my head is one, whereas this is all a composite of various pieces. All right, how can I fix this? All right, nothing to it but to do it. Face 3, 4 left. Come on, we can do this. There is time, but I'm going to start with the music because I'm getting anxious. There we are. 4 right. And I almost forgot. Gradients are a no-no, it seems. So we're going to have to figure out a way to work around that. I've only got 15 minutes, so let's not dilly-dally. File, import. Left, open. Okay. Oh, you're so cruel. Now, what could be the hoopla here, I wonder? You know what? I'm just going to see if this is even possible. Nope. Can't just copy paste. You know what I bet it is? I'll bet you it's the eyes. Let's see if my experiment plays out. File, import vector file. Okay. Still having problems, huh? We get as far as this guy. Oh, yeah. I forgot to outline it. Ha! Gotcha. Now, once again, we get in a ghostly visage. I am the ghost of Silver's past. Ah, no wonder. There you go. Okay. Well, I'm slowly getting where I want to be. No, Preston, I would not ship Rainbow Dash with Zephyr Breeze. I feel like that would be horrifying. All right. Copy cells from timeline. Paste cells in. And let's flip scale X. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm starting to get this interface a little bit better. All right. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me with this noise. I I just want to move this thing over here. See, I want to move it, not copy it. What? All right, cut. Let's see if this works too. Cut cells from timeline. Ah! Nah. Too bad I can't paste in place, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, wait, where's the onion skin view? There you are. All right. This is not what I intended, but we're going to give it a try anyway. Right now, Peppermint, I'm using my mouse. I bought a smaller tablet that I can use on the go, but I really need to make space for what am I trying to say here? Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. I'm trying to make space to use a graphic tablet that Anthony C. and Sweetie Bloom gifted to me. All right, where's transform? Now we're getting there. Oh, I see. So no matter what I do, but yep, okay. That's frustrating. I'm sure there's a smarter way to do this too. But as it is, we must adapt. Outline everything, import it. Well, now why are you trying to tell me I can't? See that this is like a new language of a sort. Let's just quote. All right. Downloads. There we go. But I have to cut you from this timeline and put you down here. Wait. Okay. This is becoming very disheartening. What are you doing? Why are you flipping both of these, even though they're opposite? Okay, well, I gotta be honest, I'm really losing perspective on this. Whoop, cancel, close, delete the layer. For whatever reason, let's turn off the onion skin for a minute. All right, you're supposed to be over there. Oh, well, it's moving everything. Why not? So, file, import, vector file. Yep, that's how you're supposed to look. Okay, good. Now, that's the weird thing. When I paste it in there, it flips. So let's try something different. Let's just see if I can do this. Animation. Master controller. Launch the grid wizard. Whew, 9 by 9. Right now, let's just do... Let's just do these three. Oh, name. Head test. Can I create invalid or empty? Oh, yes, I forgot. Frame 1. Frame 2. Nope, nope. Okay. So now, all have been selected. We can turn off the onion skin. That just gets confusing. Let's try that again. Cannot create master invalid or empty. Huh? Let's just change it to test. Okay. Invalid or empty selection. 1, 2, no. 2, 1, 2, 3. Why are you so insistent on keeping this guy going the opposite way I want him to go? All right, well, something to talk about with my invalid. What is invalid? The idea here is it's supposed to create a sliding scale that I can alternate between. All right. Save preset, load preset. I don't see many guidelines. It's not as wizardy as I'd like. No? Oh boy. Well, we're coming up at the top of the hour, so this... I wish I understood what it was so upset about. Invalid or empty selection. You're frame 3. Okay, everybody's got to create. All right, Toonboom. If your wizard won't work with me, Toonboom Harmony, Master Controller, empty selection. All right, why not?
Sealant and nodes. Name the master controller, click create, and choose the correct composite to attach the master controller. This is usually the main or top console or horizontal slider. There's an option to deselect interpolate. This is optional.
Yeah, I'm sure
and
it is.
have not been keyframed. This is so you can pose the rig and any...
Wait, so they have... Ooh, have I forgotten to add a keyframe? That'd be something. All right. Add a keyframe is F6. Oh! There we go. Can I get you to transform... Nope. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but okay. All right. Well, the master controller is battling me quite strenuously, it seems. I can't even get it to flip right. What could be going wrong? Well, the sad fact is I have no idea. Animate current frame. I'll increase. Is there another way to flip this, I wonder? Why are you making the same one? Okay. This is where I start to lose it, and that's never a good way to end a stream. This is part of the process. I now have things I can ask my instructor. I can point out that whatever I'm doing isn't working right. And, well, sometimes you just gotta stop for a minute and collect yourself. What? Okay, it's not. What is going on? Now it's behaving? I didn't change anything. Let's try one more thing. Where is that master controller? Grid wizard. Preset grid. Untitled. Okay. Name. Blah. Okay, save. What is going on? I don't know what I changed. Wait, I turned off the music. Is that what did it? Well, now how do I select the controller though? I mean, it's there. You see it too, don't you? But now, this thing is behaving quite weird. It's very quirky. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, well, I managed to make the master control, apparently by, maybe it just like the name blah. Animate the current frame is on, but now I can't select the master controller. Top current monitor attributes. The master controller is present in all these things, but why is it not working with me? Well, at least I finally got that. The heads are backwards, but you know what? At this point, I feel like I should take what I can get. Guys, nope, I'm sorry. I can't answer more questions. This has been an exercise in patience at a time where my energy is not great. So why this thing is being so darn finicky, I'm not sure. Set line art as current layer. Man. It was so fun when my tutor showed me this. Like, it all just seemed to flow naturally. But now, it's really stubborn. So, there's only one thing to do. Schedule another tutorship. show what I've got, what's not working, and pray to God that this will actually work. Although here's a question. Why does this... I noticed that only one of these frames has a red keyframe. How do I access you? Ah, well, questions for later. Anyway, everybody, well, not quite the ending I would like to have, but well, sometimes a tough moment is a... I don't know how else to put it. A tough moment is a moment to learn. In this moment, I have a difficulty, but it's going to help me learn in the future. I can send this video at the timestamp to my tutor so he can see how badly I'm getting confused and hopefully steer me in the right direction. That's all anyone can do. So we end on a bit of an anticlimax, but we'll see if I can present you with more next week. So in the meantime, well, the master control is a bit out of control, or at least unresponsive. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I just realized something. This dot is red here. What if it can't slide because for whatever reason it didn't connect these other frames? Well, that's the question I'll ask my tutor. But guys, this weekend, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy time in the world. It's crazy all around. But I'm confident that we can get through it and that we'll learn and grow and become the best versions of ourselves. So, until next week, I'll keep plugging and, well, got lots more work to do. And I hope you all have a fun and rewarding weekend. Be safe and be well. I'm Silver-Quill. End of line.